the directional lines in a composition. And we're also going to look at implied lines. So dotted lines and directional cues, such as a finger pointing, and also eye, where a line of sight where the eye is pointing is also a directional cue. In this comic book, this is something that's very often formulaic within the comic book genre. You have something looking this way, and this is off screen. I'm not exactly sure if that's a robot or what that is exactly. This guy is looking down into the next panel. That guy's looking there. He's looking to the next panel. Okay. As we go through this way, we trip over this piece, and he's kind of looking back up, and it kind of brings you back in here because you kind of want to circle through and get all the information. But at any rate, it's pushing you all the way through into the next panel, and where the line of sight is, the heads are pointing that way. Also arms, there might be an arm pointing, that kind of thing. In our book 4.11, there's some implied lines here for the linear analysis, the embarkation of Cythera. Now we don't have a real line, okay? When we were looking before at the Bigland brothers and at the Raft of Medusa, there really are sort of line objects. There's objects that are drawn. So in here, there's no object drawn, but we do have this sort of floating line that's traveling. So our eye is moving through these people walking. People are sort of walking along, and in this area, the little angels, or putti as they're called, are flying around. It's very soft. It's very soft. This is Rococo, so everything's very soft. At any rate, the implied line is going to move us along. Shape and mass. So a shape is for a two-dimensional piece, such as a painting. A mass is for a sculpture. So this is a really beautiful northwestern native piece, Raven and the First Men, and this is Bill Reed, and this is carved out of wood. Now you can see this is laminated pieces of wood. This is a huge piece. It's 6 feet high, and it's probably about the same width. So I'm not thinking this is one solid tree, and then we can also see that there's chunks here that they're been laminated together. Beautiful piece, very massive. I'm going to point out here the negative space because that's going to come in a moment. But it's very massive and thick and solid, and that is where you get mass. Shapes are two-dimensional, so there are geometric and organic shapes in here. I'm going to explain that. Organic is rounded, okay? These sort of swirly pieces here are organic. This form here is organic. This bird shape is organic. Geometric is man-made. Organic is growth, geometric man-made. Or the geometric has a right angle. See, there's a right angle. Triangles, they are geometric, but mostly you're thinking about rectangles and squares. Shape and mass, we talked about that a little bit. So far, geometric and organic are mathematically defined. It's a good way to explain it. And organic forms are irregular, found in nature. Positive and negative